It's Halloween time, but instead of finding the spookiest game, let's go with an all-time classic. Today we're going to take a look at Sonic the Hedgehog, a game that really needs no introduction. Oh wait, weird. I have two copies of the game, which isn't really surprising because it's such a common game, but there's something really off about the one copy. Alright, this one's a not for resale copy. Can you believe that people actually think this is like worth a lot of money? That's weird. Anyways, let's take a look at the game. Ah yes, the classic Sega logo. I love it. That seems a bit off. That doesn't seem right. What the heck is going on? He's coming to get me! So in all seriousness, this spooky version of Sonic is a hack known as Sonic.exe, and admittedly I don't know much about the lore behind it. It was more of an impulse buy than anything. Basically this game takes the original Sonic formula and flips it on its head and it gets spooky. At random the screen will go to static and the world will get dark, and after a limited amount of time an evil Sonic will show up and chase you and kill you, I assume. In the dark world, enemies can't be harmed even if Sonic is invincible. It seems the strategy behind this game is just to find any item box while it's in the dark world to make it normal again on the route to the end, and the end can't be accessed if the world's still dark. This makes the game a lot harder than one would think, primarily because it feels like it's random when the static happens. When in the dark world, all the rings you collect subtract from your total as well. When I say this hack is hard, I mean it's hard. I spent a lot of time on this game just to see what happens when you get to Robotnik, and even with that I died there on my last life. Even though there is sort of a strat involved in this game, it's very difficult to get right due to the random times that it gets dark. And even after you get the last item box, it'll sometimes still get dark before the end of the level. Sometimes the static also screws up the gameplay and it causes you to miss a jump. And sometimes the dark version of Sonic will even be waiting at the ending for you, and it just to kind of mock you. And when Dark Sonic captures you, there's always some sort of weird message. It's kind of creepy. After tons of practice, I did finally get to Robotnik. I just wanted to see what happened during the boss battles. So the darkness does affect it, but it just makes it take way longer than it should. Because when it's dark, you have to hit the enemy a bunch of times in order for him to drop a box that can make it normal again. But then it just goes dark a few seconds later, so it's pretty much just a super tedious fight, and it's a pretty big shame. Fortunately, that was the last life I had after tons of trial and error in trying to get to it. So I got a game over, which was followed by this spooky jump scare of some sort. So although I didn't get very far, I got the general idea. I'm no stranger to the original game, and I got a grasp on how the game plays with the alterations. It's certainly kind of spooky and a little bit creepy, but it's definitely an interesting concept. The static sometimes gets in the way too much, like when I'm in mid-jump. And I think the random feel of the amount of time between the dark world and the normal world is a bit annoying. But I think for anyone who's a fan of bizarre hacks or the world of creepypastas, I guess, this one might be worth digging into. So anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you dig it, like if you dig it, and I'll catch you next time.